welcome here to the finale of the ARCA axalta Racing Series here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. The final race of the season is upon us. However, we have already crowned a champion. Boston Jones, after his win last round at Nashville, capturing his fourth career win, he is currently 129 points ahead of Mitchell Collins, who actually sits right there on the pole down on pit road. So Boston Jones already locking up the championship last race. Mitchell Collins, he just wants to keep that second place over 𝙁𝙊𝙉𝙼, so he will need to race 𝙁𝙊𝙉 here today. There's Boston Jones, but really fast here, we're going to get you down to the commands at trackside.
Driver, start your engine!
And there's the commands that have been given. Engines are fired up. Going to get ready to see these guys roll off of pit road one more time here this season, and hopefully everyone gets going for the final race here. And so far so good. And I don't think we saw anyone with any problems, so everyone gets going here in the final race. Last race, these last couple races have been wild. Byron Bell, let's talk about him for a second. He starts on the outside pole here today. The young rookie still looking for his first win. These last couple races, he has nearly won all of them and just gets it taken away from him, especially last race when Boston Jones made a final lap pass on the young driver. Two rookies going at it, and there he is right there. Stole the win away from Byron Bell. Bell was almost in tears after he got out of his car on pit road down there, but his crew and everyone on this team told him to just keep his head up. There's still one more race left to go. Boston Jones in the 11, he just has to finish this race, even though he's already won a championship. He just has to race out there. I don't think they'll be racing anyone too hard, so we'll see how it goes here today. There goes a pace car making that left turn down pit road. Mitchell Collins, two-time winner this season, trying to make it 3, will lead us to the green one more time across the stripes. Byron Bell trying to get the run on the outside. Look at the huge run he gets down the backstretch with help from Nathan Fisher. The Fishers, this is their hometown. We're going to keep an eye on them also. Patrick Smith in a 98 who gained some speed mid-season rather. He's running, currently battling for second as Byron Bell leads lap number 1 here in Atlanta. They're all 3 wide throughout the field, spread out. We saw a lot of this, and will they go 4 wide? It looks like they will. 78 of Stephen Colon wants out of it though, as he's trying to back out of it right there. Racing real close, Dylan Young to his outside. Meanwhile, they're 3 wide for the race lead. Here comes Boston Jones in the 10, Fisher right there behind him. Jacob Halston, that red car in the 8 behind Fisher right there. To the line, it's going to be a close one, I believe. It was the 10 of Jones to lead that time by. The middle and the outside groove is really great in 1 and 2. That's where you want to be back here. They're all racing like it's Talladega. This final race, everyone is going to give it their all to try and get that win once more. There's Collins right here, currently battling with Randy Mayhew. He's stuck behind Chad Foster. Vale Moscow to his inside. He's wearing out the back bumper of that 54. 3 wide for second. Boston Jones leads. Fisher in the middle, but halts down to the inside with Byron Bell to the outside. Patrick Smith, Nathan Fisher is there as well. Look at Smith. He gets a really good run on the outside, but he has nowhere to go. Down the backstretch they go, coming around to complete the 4th lap of the race. Boston Jones continuing to hold the lead, but it's not big. The 8 is there. There he is. Down to the inside as they're door-to-door for the race lead. Jacob Halls would love to add another win to his name here in the ARCA Series before the season goes out. Here comes Fisher once again. Fisher only has that 1 win this season out there at Daytona. 4 wide in front of them right here. Jesse Turner in 48 backs out wisely. Close call right there, as you don't want to go 4 wide at Atlanta. We know how the crashes can get here. Last season here at Atlanta, we had Christian Russell, who drove the 40 at the time, had a really big crash right here coming into the tri-oval. His racing career nearly ended right there. So Atlanta is no pushover. You got to be real careful at this track. Is right on board with Collins here.
Hold it tight here.
Mayhew to his inside. Nathan Fisher to his outside. Dylan Young
Clear.
right there behind him, along with 𝙉𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍 and Ashland Boyd in the 20. 𝙉𝙊𝙍𝙍, honestly, I'd expect them to have at least one win. They've been really good. This season just hasn't been there. There's Jimmy Hogan, Sawmill winner. He's running right there with Cody Goforth, just kind of wearing out his bad bumper right there. Goforth would love to get another win as well. Look at this up front. They're racing like it's Talladega here. Preferred line, Jacob Haltz in the 8. Leads them around the corner. Being in a 3 or 4 wide position, especially when you're in the middle, just kind of makes you real nervous here at Atlanta. Paul's continuing to lead. It's really hard to block the lanes here at Atlanta. Oh, we got a car out back there. Dylan Young and I believe Chad Foster as well. Yes, big crash here. 71 is involved. Oh, car up and over. Timothy Lee. Oh, and it's going to bring out a yellow for sure. Big crash here in the tri-oval. That's what I was talking about with the tri-oval being a dangerous spot right here. Up here, they're 4 wide. Careful, guys. Don't want to wreck under yellow. But the caution flag is out. There's Timothy Lee on pit road. Big flip for him. Just going to go back and see what happened right here. Mitchell Collins. Oh, he goes up and gets into the 54. Collins just being a bit too aggressive. Maybe he misjudged it. I don't know. And Dylan Young once again getting collected in a wreck. I believe these last 5 races, Dylan Young has wrecked. Nearly going up and over. I'm going to see right here. Just gets hit by the 43 and up and over. Timothy Lee goes. His season has not been great to him. And rolls a couple times. He's going to be out of this one, along with a couple other guys I can see who may retire here. Another look at it. Collins, look, he should have went to the middle, but went back up, clips the 54, goes down into Dylan Young. Dylan Young nearly came across the track. That's the same exact angle that Christian Russell hit the wall last year. Dylan Young nearly doing the same thing. Cody Goforth collected in this one. Jimmy Hogan, and then everyone, just basically everyone back there had nowhere to go. Dallas Jordan, Tyler Mills. Mills was looking to finish on a high note. Doesn't look like he has that much damage. And then Reeder as well, riding on board with Dylan Young.
Outside.
Maybe if he didn't get hit by 41 right there, he would have kept it going. But big hits for Dylan Young. I don't know if he'll be able to continue, and then gets hit there right again at insult to injury. Another onboard here.
Easy, wrecking. Go low.
Yeah, nowhere to go for a lot of these guys, and so they just get
Beams of the hood right there above the grill.
caught up in this one, really. So a lot of guys are going to be damaged after that wreck. So yeah, yellow flag is out, and we'll be back here at Atlanta. Welcome back here to Atlanta, everyone. Getting set to go back green. A bunch of drivers out after after that wreck right there. 31 drivers remaining on the track. Some guys did come down pit road. Zachary DeLello in the 25 leads over Jacob Haltz. Randy Mayhew on Borslat Konstantinovich. Byron Bell, he runs out your top 5. There's Boston Jones right there. There's Collins in the 3. Collins kind of came over the radio and apologized about that. Said it's all on him. So not a lot of guys are happy with the 3 right now, but we are back racing, and Toyota once again just proving their dominance here in the ARCA series as they're running 1, 2, 3, and 4. But Dwayne Singleton in the 69, who I forgot to mention returns here to the ARCA series, or actually I believe that was Nashville. But Konstantinovich in the 12 now, trying to get to the point. We haven't talked much about him all season long. 0 wins this season, has nothing to show. He has just struggled all season long, really. Tyler Mills, I believe, in the F7 was going down pit road. There's all these guys back here with damage. Tyler Short and heavy damage for him. Sam Oskin as well. The 07, Tyler Mills going down pit road. Konstantinovich is able to take the lead from the 8, but I don't think the 8 is going to let up. He's trying to give him a bump right there, but the 12 is not having it. Fisher to the inside of Boston Jones. Singleton rather is right there, along with the 18. 3 wide right here for the 4th position. Roberto Crown Jr. been really good this season. Another young rookie driver I want to talk about. Him and Boston Jones both having stellar seasons here in the ARCA series. will they be the favorites to move up in the trucks and throughout the other divisions? So they're definitely ones to keep an eye on. It's right on board here with the helmet cam of Boston Jones. Had a checkup.
Outside.
Just a little bit right there. Collins now going to put him in a 3 wide position. Collins down to the inside into 3. Everyone's trying to move up and change their lanes, trying to get that run off of 2. Down the backstretch they go. I believe the 8 is going to have a good run. Collins hanging tough. He's up here in the 3rd position. Is right on board rear from 3. Dwayne Singleton just getting pushed right there by Byron Bell and Randy Mayhew. Those guys are holding their line steady, trying to freight train these guys here on the bottom. It's usually something you see at Daytona or Talladega, but I guess Atlanta too. It is a really fast racetrack. Tyler Mills in the 07. Not the end to a season that they wanted. They did get a win out there at Chicagoland, and that's the only thing they had to show for this season. Battle for the race lead. Roberta Crown Jr. trying to get to the inside. They're going to go 4 wide again. Patrick Smith to the inside. 1 and 2 in the standings, door to door. Smith backs out wisely. Konstantinovic looked like he tried to block that outside, but not really able to right there. He gets a really good run. Tyler, or Trevor Collins rather. He's going to back out of that hairy situation right there. Oh, and these guys are coming up on Valley Moscow really slow. Under 150. What is he even doing out there if he's so slow? Boston Jones gets held up. And Jones able to get by. Now he's going to hold up Collins. Oh, that's going to be really frustrating. Needs to dive to the inside there. He's still getting held up. Oh, that's going to be a points penalty, I believe, on the 41 of Valley Moscow. They're not even really up to speed. You have to be above 150 here. Or actually they are, but still it's really, really slow and still holding up Collins. Jesse Turner and the 25. We have another lap car up here again. The 07 this time of Tyler Mills. He gets slapped and holds these guys up. But everyone gets around him just fine right there. Those are the damaged guys, I believe, from earlier in the wreck. And now the 71 of Reader as well, as they're catching up to him pretty quick. Roberta Crown Jr. trying to take the lead from the 12. Looking for his 3rd win on the season. If we stay green, these guys will have to make pit stops. No one can make it all the way. So we have 1 pit stop to be made if we stay under green. There's Collins in the 3, really frustrated over the radio. As if he wasn't having a bad day already. He has everyone out there who's mad at him, and then he got held up right there, and he too himself is angry. Side by side drag racing for the race lead. Roberta Crown Jr. Denver and Watkins Glen winner. He's definitely another driver I would keep an eye on to make his way up through the trucks. 12 leads that time by. Jacob Halls now in the picture once again. Raymond Fisher, Byron Bell behind them. 18 has a good run, and he clears for the race lead. New race leader. Will the 12 try to cross over? Does look like he's able to. We had to get off the gas right there. The 8 with a big run behind him. Well, since that last yellow, it's been a steady race, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here at Atlanta. Welcome back here to ARCA's Axalta Racing Series, racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the final race of the season. As we are past the halfway mark, Konstantinovic is your race leader. A couple of drivers who have damage are going down pit road, so I suspect we'll see green flag pit stops pretty soon here. Battle right here between Dwayne Singleton and Raymond Fisher. Fisher trying to get into position. Is right on board with the 69, having a pretty solid run right now.
This time, stop short and point out.
There you go. Green flag pit stops are looming.
45.
And Singleton, along with, looks like the guys ahead of him, they're going to come in for their final stop of the day, or what should be the final stop of the day if we stay green. Don't want to speed on pit road, that's for sure, because if you're running in the top 10, it could cost you a chance at the win, no doubt. So you watch as these guys go down pit road. Roberta Crown Jr., Jacob Hall, Singleton just went into his pit box right there. Just going to ride on board with Bahal says they...
Alright guys, we're going to be 4 tires in fuel.
He's into the pits. Looks like 4 tires for
Put a
them.
piece of tape on the grill.
Can't really blame him with how...
10-4, what do you think about how the right veer for stability and drive off?
With how Atlanta is. Atlanta really eats away at your tires at a fast track like this. It's really slick, so 4 tires is what would be the right call here. It looks like Roberto Crown Jr., he's going to exit off pit road before everyone else. Lengthy pit stop for the 3 of Collins, and he's on, or he's off pit road now. Race leader is shown as Borislav Konstantinovic. There he is on pit road with Randy Mayhew in the 28. Andy Dwyer going on by 32 as well.
All the way, guys.
And he's off. Fisher, the other Fisher, Nathan and Raymond Fisher, both Fishers on pit road. 10 of Boston Jones, there he goes now. He's cleared the lead pit road, so that should complete the cycle of pit stops here, and that should be the only pit stops unless we get another yellow. Roberto Crown Jr., I believe, may cycle to the race lead. We'll see what happens. Really need to know where the 12 is, as there he is right off, coming off of pit road. And Roberto Crown Jr. takes the lead here at Atlanta. Singleton now to P2. It looks like we're going to have to deal with the lap cars. Singleton gets a really good run out of 4. Here he comes down to the inside with the crossover. Oh, this will be big for this team if they can pull off the win here today with 14 laps to go here at Atlanta. Singleton just looking really, really quick here. When Smith filled in for them, Smith didn't really perform too well, getting caught up in wrecks and all that stuff. And Singleton being back in the car now, running pretty well. Byron Bell, Behalts, Fisher, Nathan Fisher, all these guys are back here. Surprised Nathan Fisher isn't wrecking, because the season they've had has just been so miserable. Over 80% of the races they have wrecked, so good for them. Back here, Andy Dwyer, Richmond winner. Or not back here, there's actually up front with these lappers. So Roberto Crown Jr. has found himself some company along with the 69. But we're going to take one more break here in Atlanta, and we'll be back here to finish things off.
Slow on the bottom.
Welcome back to ARCA Axalta Racing Series here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're on board with your race leader, Dwayne Singleton, who's now being passed, looks like, by the 18 of Roberto Crown Jr. Byron Bell is actually caught up to those guys and taken the race lead. Bell leads over the 18 of Crown Jr. and Singleton in third. Right now, it looks like it's just these 3 guys. Jacob Holtz is over a second and a half back, along with Fisher and others. There's the 10 of Boston Jones, who's already been declared champion. He's going by the 98 right there. And Fisher getting held up along with Mayhew and Nathan Fisher. These 3 guys have just raced away from the field. More lappers ahead. Cody Goforth, Dylan Young. Looks like they will catch him. Byron Bell continues to lead. Man, he does not want someone else to just take a win from him again. He should have at least 5 or 6 wins by now, looking back at the season he has had.
That's a good rhythm right there. Getting away from that guy out back.
Trying to finish off the season on a high note. But Roberto Crown Jr., 2-time winner already this season. He's trying to maybe upset the 11 here. And don't forget about Singleton too, even though it looks like they're kind of running away from him there a bit. They should be alright to make it all the way on fuel, tire. Everyone has tire wear, but they really just have to tough it out here to the end. As these 2 kind of breaking away from Singleton a bit. He's almost a second back. Then Beholtz right there is just hoping that these guys catch up to lap traffic, and maybe he can take advantage of that and get that second win that he's been trying to get for so long since out there at Vancouver. Byron Bell, remember, last race just got the win taken away. He was inches away from his first win, and it was taken away from him with this man right here, Boston Jones, in the 10. He's currently behind Nathan Fisher, trying to get a position. Lap traffic with those guys right there. There's Collins in the 3, way back here in 14, so not looking too good for him right now. as he wanted to finish the season on a high note, getting a win, maybe a top 10. Byron Bell catches up to Reeder in the 71. Roberto Crown Jr., I think he got held up just a bit. He will. Oh, and that is tough right there. Not what you want to do. He needs to get by him. As the 10 is just driving away, Reeder's not even attempting to get out the way. And Reeder is going to be penalized by race control as well. The 69 of Singleton now, or Singleton rather, is going to catch up to the 18. Byron Bell, a huge lead right there, within a lap, over a second and a half now, with 4 laps to go here in Atlanta. It is looking good for Byron Bell. Still more lap traffic ahead, and he still has to keep the thought that we could get a yellow and go into overtime here in Atlanta. And I think that's the last thing he wants right now. He has clean track ahead of him for a little, and I believe that should last him these last couple of laps, coming to 3 to go. Byron Bell trying to get it done. 19 races he has tried, and 19 times he has failed. This is the final race. Round number 20 has a almost 2-second lead now over second place battle right here. Randy Mayhew, Jacob Haltz. Mayhew having a pretty solid run right here. They haven't been able to score a win this season, but they're looking to end the season on a high note. Konstantinovic and Patrick Smith, who holds a final top 10 position. Here we go. Byron Bell has caught up to Cody Goforth. 2 to go here in Atlanta. Goforth, he's going to be smart. He stays out of the way. Young, don't come down. See, Young and Goforth, those guys are experienced. They get right out of the way. And I'm pretty sure Patrick Smith is being told, or not Patrick Smith, Frank Fritz is being told to get out of the way as well. And he does. Let's fellow rookie Byron Bell on by. That's kind of funny to say right there. But the lights stay green as Byron Bell exits out of corner number 4. One more time around Atlanta for Byron Bell in the 11. 19 times he has failed to get a win here. He's trying to do it on the 20th try. They've been wrecked. They've got caught up in other people's mess. They've been passed on the last lap. 4 race wins. It seems like it has all happened to them this season. But no more will Byron Bell not be a winner. Out of the final corner, his first career win finally, and gets it here in Atlanta. The crowd cheers and roars for the 11 of Byron Bell as he takes the win. But your champion since last race, really, Boston Jones. In the 10, it is officially official as he gets the top 10 right there. And of course, the race, or the championship, a little bump right there by Jacob Haltz, but what a season by this young driver. 4 wins, the most of anyone. He's on top of the all-time wins list here in the ARCA series. And Byron Bell, he also puts his name on the list of winners, not only in the ARCA series, but in the league as a whole. This could have been many. This could have been at least 5 or 6. This could have been the 5th or 6th win of them, or for their career rather, but it didn't really work out for them this season. But Byron Bell capturing the win finally. Boston Jones, of course, being your ARCA AXalta Racing Series Season 2 champion. He's definitely one to keep an eye on as he moves up the ranks. Guys like Byron Bell, Roberto Crown Jr. as well, they're definitely guys to keep an eye on, along with Randy Mayhew. And, of course, Jacob Haltz and Ashley Boyd, all those guys who has won this season. Going to be interesting to see those guys compete up in the higher divisions. Chad Foster, Timothy Lee, Jimmy Hogan, Pierre Kaplan, Malik Neves, and Trey Tatum. Neither of those guys finished the race. Byron Bell finally gets to smoke the tires. We heard on the radio that Boston Jones allowed him to go and do the burnout. Just remember, it was Boston Jones who stole a first win from Byron Bell last race at Nashville. And Bell gets it done this time. So Jones said, there you go ahead and do your burnout since it is your first win. So he'll wait till Byron Bell finishes, and we'll see Jones carry his flag and celebrate his championship run. As the crowd roars for Byron Bell. He has his family here tonight. He did he had had them only a couple races this season, but since it is the last race of the season, they came down to watch him race, and he gets it done for them. They have to be really proud of him. I know I would definitely. And here's your champion, Boston Jones. 4 wins this season. 1 Talladega. He won Nashville. Won again at Gateway. And I'm missing another. Oh, Charlotte. He has also won at Charlotte. So those are the 4 tracks he has won at this season. And it grants him the championship. They've been so consistent. They've been battling for race wins basically every race. And it pays off in the end. Boston Jones, ARCA Axalta Racing Series champion. He's definitely a driver to look out for as we head over to the trucks. It has been a long but an amazing season. Congratulations to everyone that has won this season. And if you have not won this season, hey, there's always next season, and we do have a bunch of other series you can sign up for. If you guys are watching this and you're not on our Discord, I do advise you guys to join us, where you can join the chats and the action and all that stuff on our Discord, which will be in the link of this video. Congratulations to Byron Bell on the race win, and to Boston Jones, your ARCA Axalta Racing Series champion. Let's get you down to victory lane and celebrate, and to the points after the finale here at Atlanta. We'll see you next season, and for the trucks mock season and IndyCar mock season as well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys later.
I used to think your daddy's love advice was always right, and he said, boy, keep moving, you'll forget her face with time. But he couldn't have been wronger if wronger was a word, 'cause your memory's stronger than the best advice I've heard. It's been a long year and some dark, dark nights since you threw your ass around the moon and rode it out of sight. And I could see where you were headed, so I tried to rope the sun, but it just burned my life so up and said, boy, you gotta let love run. It's been a long